Hmm. Yeah, so I think now we are live on YouTube and then we can start the conversation, guys. So I'm Mel, if you guys don't know me. I am from São Paulo, I live here. I like to study languages. I'm I'm passionate about languages and now I'm a host here on Talk and Talk. It's been like my first month, or maybe I'm starting the second one. And yeah, I'm loving this experience being here, talking with many different people with many different experiences. So, Isabel, can you introduce yourself for us?
Sure. Do you listen to me, guys? No,
Yeah,
that's okay.
perfect.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Isabel. I'm 23 years old. I live in Florianópolis, and I'm a graphic designer. But I work with UX and UI too in another company. And being graphic designer, I work with being a freelancer. And I'm talking talks since January of 2023, and I'm here just studying English by now. Maybe in the future I started a new language, but I don't know. And in my free time, I like read books and watch series as well.
Okay. And how about you, Fernando? Can you introduce yourself for us?
Sure. I live in Brasilia. I am 34 years old. I work as an administrative assistant, but I like many different things. As you, I love languages too. I just speak English, but I want to learn other languages. I'm trying to make time to learn French. And I love music. I love dogs. I love going to the movies as well. And that's it.
Okay. And how about you, Brunner?
Hello, guys. My name is Brenna. It's my first time in this hour, in this immersion. I'm 27. I am from Rio. I'm a software developer since 2019. In my free time, I enjoy watching and practicing sports. I'm not able to practice at the moment because of a knee injury, but after the surgery, I hope I can, come back to sports. I don't have any children or pets, but I do have plants, and I think it counts. And that's it, I think.
Okay. Nice to meet you. And how about you, Lara? Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Lara. I'm 15. I'm 16 years old. I live in São Paulo. I'm a field hockey athlete, and now for the Brazilian selection. I study chemistry on ETEC, and I'm speaking. I'm trying to learn French and English. I have two sisters, three cats. I love books. I love sports. And my dream is to play in the Olympics. And that's it.
Guys, this girl is amazing. I follow her. She's amazing in everything, basically. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
if you
Yeah,
guys can
congratulations,
just
Laura.
follow her too. So now I'm going to explain how it works a little bit. Is anyone new here? Brenner, how long have you been here?
I've joined Talking Talk last month. Yeah.
And just a random question. How do I say your name? It's Brenner.
In English, I say it like that, but in Portuguese, it's Brenner.
Brenner. Okay, okay. So perfect, guys. Here, Talking Talk is a platform where we can practice our speaking and in immersions that are in many different languages, just like English, Spanish, Italian, and English, Spanish, French, and Italian. Now we have Mandarin, and maybe we are going to have German immersions too. So if you guys have interest for these languages, maybe you guys can just search a little bit in the site and then you'll find something about it. So here we are here to practice our speaking and many other abilities. We are not here to judge anybody, so please be respectful with each other so we can have a good conversation and time here. I'm not a teacher, I'm not going to teach you anything, but you guys are going to learn a lot, okay? So now I think we can start the conversations with the questions. Isabel, can you read and answer the first question? It's number
Sure.
2.
Okay. Have you ever felt like you were being inconvenient to someone? Can you share the experience? Yes, I think I were being inconvenient sometime. It's difficult to identify in the first moment, but I believe that I being inconvenient, for example, when I need to give an advice or I want to share something to another person, um, maybe an advice or something that I want to tell her. For example, this person did something that I believe it's wrong, but I say it in front of another person's, for example, and I believe it's not too good. Maybe it's inconvenient. And I think that's it. The only experience that I imagine, but maybe that these situations happened in another moment too.
Okay. Hi, Victoria. We are already answering the questions. We already started. How are you doing?
Hello, guys. uh, First of all, thanks a lot, Mel, for helping me. I'm fine. I was just having a meeting about work, but now everything's okay. Thank you.
Okay. So, do I continue to guide? Okay. So, and how about you, Brenner?
Well, I have some difficult to ask for help to someone, like just because of it, not the feeling of being convenient is in my mind very very big, so I have some difficult when I need some help to ask someone to help me, so I avoid every time to be that inconvenient to someone. It's a problem, I know, because uh, I'm not capable of solve all the problems in my life, and sometime I'm gonna need some help from someone, and I need to put this in my mind to, okay, it's okay to ask for help, but in general I have some difficult, and I avoid every time to that feeling of being convenient to someone. No, that's it. I try to be careful.
Okay. And how about you, Laura? Just so you guys can understand, everybody is going to answer the question, and then I'm going to split the room so we can have more time, okay? But go ahead, Laura.
Okay, so I think yes, uh, especially in phone and message. I think in internet we may be some inconvenient for texting a lot of message or calling people. I think we can be misunderstood a lot, and happens a lot with me, and I get really mad of it. I hope don't happens with a lot, né? With a lot of people, but it happens a lot with me.
Okay, and what can you say about it, Fernando?
Yeah, I can relate to Brenner opinions, uh, because I also feel this in a very strong way. I feel that I'm being inconvenient basically all the time. I don't know, when I'm visiting someone, for example, and I spend a lot of time there, and I start thinking if I am being inconvenient, and the person wants to be by herself, by him or herself. or when I ask a favor to someone, or when I give some advice that the person didn't ask. So in a lot of situations that I don't know that and I try to be very careful about that too. So that's it.
Okay, yeah, I see it. It happens to me too. And how about you, Victoria? How is it for you?
Yeah, I also have this thing while when I feel inconvenient, when I want to ask somebody something that I need a favor or something like that, but I'm trying to balance this feeling because I believe that most of the times that I feel I'm being convenient, actually I'm not. I'm just very worried about the other person's well-being, the other person's view about what they think about the situation. But to say the truth, I believe that I think too much, try not to be inconvenient, then I'm not. But I also very pay a lot of attention in that all the time for just to relax and stop thinking that, because when people are really being inconvenient, they don't think that, they just be inconvenient and they don't care about the other person, and they say whatever they want to say and they do whatever they want to do and they just don't care. I believe that most of the time that we in general stop to think that we're being inconvenient, actually we're not, we're just worried.
Yeah, I think that happens to me like the case. I'm inconvenienced sometimes by being too worried about something, about the person, the situation. So that's mostly when it happens to me. Me being inconvenient. And hi, Diego, how are you doing?
Hello, Mel. Hello, guys. I'm fine. Thanks for asking me. Sorry if I'm late, okay?
Okay,
I make a mistake with the Zoom link, but I'm here now. Okay.
no problem.
About the
Can you
first
answer?
question, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Very good answers. I think that it's very difficult to understand how you make your impression in the other people. It's common because sometimes for you, you are not being convenient, but for other people, the impression that you show that you are being convenient. But you have some rules on the society, okay, that show us that you are inconvenient or not. In my case, for example, I'm 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 work with arguments, okay. I need to show, for example, my job, hypotheses, numbers, and ideas that we use it to defend some positions so important to our clients. And I need to be more incisive. And sometimes I think that I'm so much incisive, and it's a kind of inconvenient for other people. Okay, I'm trying to handle with this, and but it's as Victoria said, it's if we if we just understand that we are is being convenient in this moment, it's a very good way to solve this issue, okay? Because the very inconvenient people, they don't think that they are inconvenient.
Yeah, that's what Victoria said, and I agree completely. It's something we can avoid, like if we try to realize that in ourselves. If that's the case, if we are being inconvenient, um, and that's just it about it, you're not
Yes, and there is
worried about
yes,
the person.
yes. It's my way, okay? My way of work, my way. I don't know, to live, my way to speak with you, and you need to accept just this.
Yeah, guys. So very good. The first question, I just sent you the questions so everybody has it. And now I'm going to split the room so everybody can talk a little bit more, okay? For the people that will be in the other room, please be respectful. and try to guide a little bit more the conversation so everybody can speak. So if you have received the invite, please accept, and 10 minutes before, I'll call you back. So see you very soon. Bye-bye. Okay, now I think that's it. That's great. So now can we continue the conversation? Fernando, can you read and answer the next question?
Sure. What do you do when someone is being convenient with you? That's difficult because I don't know how to be uh, rude. I don't want to be rude, so it's difficult to say something. I think just the person will know. At least with me, I don't know how to react in a way that the person will not notice that I'm not in that mood of that conversation. So, but it's difficult. I don't have a strategy, a good strategy to avoid that. Just by uh, growing apart, maybe not talk too much. The person will know, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just like you. I try to let it clear for the person, like in my attitudes. If someone is being too inconvenient for me to me, I just put some limits, on the person so that the person knows it's too much for them. It's too much the situation. So that's it. So, and how about you, Diego? What do you do?
Okay. We have different, in my opinion, okay, we have different kinds of inconveniences. There is inconvenience that we can, I don't know, just um, accept, but there is other ones that's unacceptable. For example, sexual harassment. It's a kind of, for example, okay, it's a kind of inconvenience. In my opinion, sexual harassment, harassment, start with a kind of inconvenience. It's a kind of a touch in your, I don't know, in your elbow, or just one phrase. And there is a lot of them. For example, when you are in a public transportation and one person start to touch you again and again, a lot of with bad intentions. Okay, this is inconvenient, and we need to try. We need to try to answer in a different ways this kind of inconvenience. As you said, you need to put a limit on the situation, but sometimes, unfortunately, you need to express that you are bored with this and you don't allow the people to be inconvenient with you. In my opinion, depends of the situation. Need to be more cool, unfortunately, or more, I don't know, hard with the situation and with the people.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. There are different cases, but when it's too much, like the example that you said, maybe just trying to say that to someone that can help you in that situation. If you're all by yourself, maybe that can be better than to try to solve it yourself, and maybe things can go different ways, bad ways. And how about you, Isabel?
Yeah, I agree with Diego too about different situations that someone can be inconvenient with us. If it's not too much, I forgot the word, a big situation or problem situation about that, probably I will start to laugh and make fun with it if it's a simple inconvenient, and try to maybe reset our conversation and try to follow us to a better situation than that, or a better conversation. But it's rude, inconvenient, and a big one, probably I will act a little bit different. Try to share to this person that I don't agree or don't like it, or maybe ask for help if it's a very problem situation. I will try to do that.
Yeah, we have to analyze the situation if that's necessary, as you said, just ask for help.
Yeah, that's a
And
very, sorry, Mel.
go ahead.
That's a very good point because I was thinking about inconvenience like being annoying. I was not thinking that in that other types of way more serious types of inconvenience. And I think it is important always to tell the truth when you don't like something, when something is annoying you. Somehow because those jokes can become something serious. So good point. I was not thinking about that.
Yes, and it's a way to help other people because there are some people inconvenient that they don't understand that they are inconvenient. And when you talk, it's a kind of a good feedback, okay? Oh, this kind of a joke is not good. We can talk in this mode with a girl, for example. You need to be more respectful. For example, you are in a table that have with a lot of important people. We can, for example, we speak when you are mastigando. I forgot the word for this, but it's okay. It's a kind of inconvenience. It's a adorable if you help these people, this person, if they accept. Okay, if they accept the feedback, you can help them. Should be less inconvenient some situations.
Yeah. Diego, can you read and answer the next question?
Okay, sure. Has anyone ever told you that you are being convenient? Yes, yes. Some situations, for example. I remember um, but one small thing. Okay, for example, when you are in a dinner, in a formal dinner, and you, for example, you serve yourself with food, it's important to wait the other peoples in front of you and beside of you, serve themselves, self, serve themselves before to start eating because it's a, I don't know, a rule of education. I don't know that's the good word for this, but it's you start show that you are hungry and you are, I don't know, you can't wait a little bit for other people. Okay, I remember one guy that touched me and oh, you need to wait a little bit, especially the girls serve themselves. Okay, herself. Oh, sorry. I remember this. I think that on that time I was 16. I was teenager, but I try to put this in practice in my whole life and try to help my kids, for example, with this example. Help me in this situation.
Yeah, and there are some moments, some situations that just can't get out of our minds. So we keep it until the day we die. So it's important, right? It's something that just cannot get out. And now you have this as a value, as your value to deal with people, and that's amazing. How about you, Fernando?
Yeah, it happened uh, sometimes, of course, but I've always been very careful about it. So I don't remember a specific situation, but of course, there were times that I said something or I've done something that the other person didn't like it and it told me that that don't like this kind of uh, attitude. I don't know, and I learned with that too. I'm very accepted acceptive to those feedbacks nowadays. So before, when I was a teenager, I was kind of idiot to something, so was not always like that. But I think that we need to do that. We need to see what makes sense, what makes sense, and what doesn't make sense, and to filter those things to ourselves.
Yeah. And how about you, Isabel? What has everyone told you? Has anyone ever told you?
I don't remember if someone told me like that, you are being convenient, but I believe that this happened, and it's similar with the first question that I answered about when I give some advice and tell to someone a thing that I believe it's correct or important to he or she listen. I believe in that situation, when I saw the person that received what I'm saying to her or he or his, her, to, sorry, I saw the person don't like too much, because, for example, I'm a kind of rude or objective too much when I want to say something about an advice, or, for example, about about life. For example, when I give an advice, I think that I believe it's correct or the person needs to do in some situation, I'm kind of rude in that. And when I saw the person that received my information, maybe he or she don't receive very well, because I being a little bit rude. So I believe in that situation, the person shows me that she don't like with his or her reactions, but not saying me that I was inconvenient.
Yeah, here, the situation that you brought, maybe it's like it has the situation where the person has to be has to accept what they're receiving as a feedback. So it's a positive feedback that you are giving them, and it's nice. But then it has the side that they have to accept that, to have an open mind to accept feedbacks, even though for it's negative, but they can improve from it, or if it's positive, that it shows that they're doing something good. So that's a good point too. And as Fernando, I always try to be not to be inconvenient, and but and I don't remember to a specific situation, but I always think like when I'm learning something new and I have to ask a person, like, and I always feel like I have to ask something to them, but I don't want to be inconvenient, so I try to learn it by myself, but then I have to ask for help. And then, but I have this feeling like, am I being inconvenient now? I always try to put it together, all the questions together, so I can go one moment and they can explain me everything. But I always have this feeling when it comes to this situation where I'm learning something. So yeah, that was a nice theme. And how about, let me see, Diego, can you read and answer the next one so that everybody can answer?
Okay, sure. 1 minute, because I'm on cell phone. It's difficult a little bit to open the
Okay.
chat. The number 5. Okay, have you ever avoided asking for help because you didn't want to be inconvenient? Unfortunately, a lot of times, because for me, when I ask for a favor, estou incomodando. I don't know this word. The other people, and for me, it's a way to be inconvenient. When I start to be more, I don't know, mature, and I understand more with the life, I think that when we ask a favor, we are helping people to help other people too. Okay, to be more empathic with other people. But I remember when I was younger, and in the beginning of my adult age, I'm didn't ask for help for this.
Yeah, that's what I said about the situation. So I try not to do that, to ask for help. But then, and when I do, I feel like I'm being a little bit inconvenienced. So I avoid
Yes, and
that at all costs.
I remember one quote. I don't remember the name of the guy who Albert Einstein. Okay, it's all the quotes are from Albert Einstein nowadays, but it's a kind of when you ask help, you are humble. It's important because you understand that you are, I don't know, incapable. You can't do this, and you ask for help. After this, oh yes, yes, I'm very selfish and proud of me, and I need to be more humble. And I start to ask for help. Okay,
Yeah.
but for money, for me, it's very difficult. I can't ask for other people to help me with money. I prefer to be in debt with the bank and uh, and not to be in debt with other people or one my parents, for example, or my family.
Okay, that's your choice, right? That you
Yes, I
would
think that
rather.
I'm so inconvenienced to help other people help with money, but it's my opinion. Okay, I don't know. It's a perception.
Yeah. And how about you, Fernando?
Yeah, it's the same for me. It's very difficult to ask specifically, especially for money. And I avoid asking for help in many situations, at work, for example, every day, basically. I avoid that because I feel that I'm bothering the other people, and I try to learn by myself. I try to do some research, and sometimes it's not the best option. The best option would be asking for help because it would be easier, faster. But I have this feeling that I'm bothering, so I try not to do that, to avoid that. That's it.
Okay. And how about you, Isabel? What can you say about it?
About asking for help, I remember that when I was a kid, my father always told me you need to ask a lot in your classes because your teacher can helps you with your doubts. And I took this and it started when I was a kid, asking a lot in the classes. And in that situation, I believe that I was a little bit inconvenient because I always asking a lot in the classes. And nowadays, I don't have too much difficult for ask about helping my work or even, I don't know, for a friend. About money, I never needed to ask for help because I live with my parents, so I don't have too much difficult with that. But about ask the same question a lot of times. For example, I don't understand in the first moment, and then I ask twice, and I don't understand too, and then I need to ask more. In that specific situation, I try to avoid because maybe it's bored for the another person listen the question a lot of times. Um, I believe that's it. The only experience that I remember with that.
Okay, that was nice to know. Another situation where we can see where it's it happens, right? Fernando, can you read and answer the next question, number six? Six, yeah.
Okay. Do you think gender stereotypes influence perceptions of inconvenience, like a woman being seen as rude, annoying, or annoying, and a man being assertive? Very good question. And yes, totally. Those perceptions, those stereotypes were built uh, during many centuries. So uh, it's it's sick. It's kind of sick because uh, the people each person is an individual, and it's kind of stupid give attention to those stereotypes, but that's it, a reality. But I think it's changing little by little, but I mean, slow steps, really slow steps, but are changing some things. For example, I remember when I was a kid, I used to listen a lot of jokes about blonde women being stupid, things like that. And nowadays, those jokes are not seen as cool anymore, and many other kinds of jokes that involves stereotypes. So I think people are starting to see how how silly is that, how we should not give attention to those things.
And how do you see it, Isabel?
I try to think about that because I never think a lot about that, but I believe that maybe those perceptions influence some persons, or even those persons have some beliefs and they don't saw another point of views, or even have another experience that shows to this person that the reality is not like that. Maybe about cultural aspects, or even the mind of this person is not opening maybe to another perspectives. But I believe yes, can be a factor that influence some perception. Sorry, some perception, and maybe influence an inconvenient attitude in the future.
Okay. And what can you say about it, Diego?
Yes, I think so about the gender. It's more, I don't know, more viewable in these situations, especially on the workplace. It's common, unfortunately. This girl, this woman start to talk. She's very prolific because there is a stereotype that women are prolific. I don't know, but there is a stereotypes too about professions. Hey, for example, salesperson. I have a lot of salesperson in my on my networking. When one is sales guy start to speak with you, oh, this guy try to, I don't know, sell me something, or is try to enrolar me. I don't know this verb in English, this expression, but and because this profession, people could be more annoying, or could be more, I don't know, difficult to handle. Okay, unfortunately, about the gender, but about professions, about social positions and religions. I don't know. It's common. Unfortunately, we understand that because these people, there is this, are in this situation, or in this kind of a role. These people are inconvenient. It's a preconcept. I don't know that's this correct word for preconceito, but it's my opinion.
Yeah, I think every, or like many stereotypes goes through that. As Diego said, not only this situation of the question, but as professions, and I don't know, maybe kids for too, like every kid is inconvenient. There's this stereotype too in many others. So I think it influences, but I don't think we should keep that in mind. I think we should think a little bit more in a different ways, perspectives, so we can see the world from different eyes, with different ideas, and then we can be a better person, not to judge anybody like from the profession, just to assume they are annoying just by being a salesperson, and I think if a person, of course there are some people like that, but that's not the rule, you know. A salesperson can be a very kind person that doesn't look like they're trying to sell you something. No, that's can be natural for some people. Fernando, can you read and answer the next question for us?
Sure. Uh, Tell us about a situation where somebody was inconvenient with you. Well, I can think about work again at work because there were a lot of times that people ask me for help and I help it. It's okay. It's part of work. Uh, but they end up transferring the responsibility for me to me. So and this is a huge inconvenience for me because I was helping, not doing everything. I don't want to take the responsibility for me. So this is a very this is something that happens a lot. That I think is changing a little bit because I'm giving signs that I don't like that, but it's kind of common.
Fernando,
Yeah.
one question, if I may. What is your profession?
I am administrative assistant, work with
Okay.
bureaucratic stuff,
Yes.
process.
I don't work with just technology, okay, but I work in a data area. I'm data analytics manager working with numbers and it's technological too, but we need to work with behaviors too, with people and with, as I said before, arguments. And in my situation, it's common people. I don't know this expression. I have a lot of expression that I don't uh, translate to English, but apontar o dedo, okay? One to other to show you are blamed for this. It's your fault, okay? Unfortunately, because when you people receive pressure, they don't, I don't know, look inside their position or their, I don't know, process to see the problem. They try to, this guy helped me, and this guy made this thing in a bad way, for example. Unfortunately, this is so inconvenient.
Yeah, and what Fernando said about that situation, I think it happens a lot to me too. Like you help someone because they asked for help, but then they want you to do everything. So you give the hand. I don't know if that's the expression, but they want the whole body.
Yes,
Uh,
yeah, you're holding about it. Yes, that's it.
yeah, and I don't like that. I think the person is being like inconvenient. Like that's your job. That's what you should do. Why are you coming to me
Yes,
and
you
just
receive
asking
money
for,
for this. Yes.
yeah,
And,
so you should
Can
do
you
better.
share your salary with me? I can make a part of your job, not problem.
but
Yeah,
I
if you
think
give
this
that to me,
happens. I think this happens in every professions and not just at work in family. Uh, I don't know how to say that in family environment and friendships and everything basically.
yeah. And Diogo, so do you had something
Yes,
to add?
yes. For example, one example comes to my mind on traffic jam, for example. Unfortunately, people start to be very inconvenient. For example, when the cars start to stop, okay? When you are, for example, in a huge traffic, in a big avenue, when the cars start to stop, people start, I don't know, to accelerate the speed and I don't know, to stop in front of you, to uh, make make a lot of bad decisions and blame one to others. And unfortunately, I remember times people are so inconvenient on traffic and on the public transportation too. It's common you seeing people being inconvenient, especially with women's. Okay, unfortunately, at São Paulo, it's so common. For example, on the subways, when we are in a, for example, rush hour, and there is a lot of people in the same wagon. Uh, Guys who tries to, I don't know, who tries to take advantage of the women. Unfortunately, this is so inconvenient, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. And how about you, Isabel? How is it for you?
Yeah, I remember two situations. The first is my work. That is a person that is very kind of inconvenient and rude when he shares his opinion in a meeting, and we don't know how to deal with that. It's kind of a sad thing, but I don't know. With time, maybe the things will be better. And when Diogo said about traffic, it's interesting because I remember now a situation that happened with me when I was doing my task to take the I forgot the term, the
Driver's
card.
license.
Yes, thank you. I am in the test, and then a motorcycle with two guys come and started to scream like, "Ah," I don't understand that. And then I just saw my teacher next to me, and I started to, oh my God, I did something wrong. And he said, no, forget that. The other guys was wrong. And it's kind of inconvenient because I was in the test doing my exercise. It's interesting because I remember that situations that happened.
Yeah, that I think I'm going to take my driver's license too. So wouldn't I would rather that not to happen with anybody. So very nice, guys. How was the conversation there in the other room? Can somebody tell me something about it? Brenner, Victoria, Lara.
Yeah, you are right. Lara doesn't look like a 16 girl, you know. She's very
I
cool
said,
and smart. It was nice. Girls were very, very nice, and the conversation was very good. We, talked about our experience, our lives. It was good. Yeah.
I really
It
like
was
it too.
amazing.
Oh, sorry, you can talk, you can talk.
Sorry, Lara. So it was amazing. I'm very happy I made it in time to talk with the guys because we had a great conversation. Brenner and Lara are great, and I hope they come here more often so we can talk more.
I love to talk with you too. It was awesome to learn more, with their experience. I love to talk too. It was really nice to hear about their stories, and I think that I'm a new person after this and get advices of life.
very nice. Very nice, guys. And now that we have like 5, 6 minutes, I want to know from each one of you, what did you learn in this conversation? I want to know something that doesn't have to be like about the language, but some lesson that you learned. Fernando, can you start?
Oh no, me, because I don't have a good answer for that. But actually, I was thinking about other stuff related to languages, uh, to the English language that I learned. An advice: you don't stay a lot of time out of those immersions, because it's been a lot of time that I don't come here, like almost 2 months, and I'm feeling rusty. I'm trying to find the words and I cannot do that. So it was challenging for me today, and I think it's because of that, because it's been a while that I'm not training. I'm not doing this. So that's my my thing today.
Okay, very nice. And how about you, Brenner? What did you learn?
I've learned that setting boundaries is not about your age, it's about being yourself. And when someone is being annoying to you or giving or making some bad jokes, you just need to, answer this and being assertive and try to, you know, to make the situation make that the situation don't repeat, and listening to Lara and to Victoria, it made this feeling more clear,
Yeah, I see it. They are amazing. I can say that. And how about you, Diogo? Diego, sorry. What did you learn?
No problem. Okay, I have learned a lot of things, but one of them is about, it's a kind of um, a good work tells other people that they are being convenient, because sometimes people don't understand or don't feel that they are inconvenient. And it's, if you can do a feedback, you are helping these people to be less inconvenient. Okay.
Okay, very nice. And how about you, Victoria? What did you learn?
One of the many things that I learned here with the guys is the perception that setting boundaries is about respecting yourself and showing the people that you have your limits, and you have to respect yourself first to understand what you accept or you don't accept. It can be a joke from team that lose, a soccer team that lose, and you're accepting a joke from a friend. But it can be some inconvenient comment from a relative in Christmas, for example. So when we understand our limit and respect ourselves enough, we put the boundaries and show them for everyone. So it doesn't matter who it is, the person, if the person wants you around, if the person likes you, the person will respect and back off about being inconvenient.
Yeah, that's a great lesson. And how about you, Isabel? What did you learn?
I learned another point of views and situations that I never thought about. For example, someone is being inconvenient, and I never looked that situation that way. And I reflect myself as well if I am an inconvenient in some situations or not. And I learned a new word that Diego said. I note here, arousement. The translations is like provocar alguém. So interesting that I learned too.
Very nice. And how about you, Laura? What did you learn?
I've learned that it's important for all of us be kind and be gentle with people because we don't know about their reality or what they are passing in that day. Someone can be inconvenient with you just because some parents say or some bad things happen. They just quit the job. Some bad things can happen, and it's hard for us to judge someone just base it on a phrase or in a joke. But I think it's important to put some boundaries, just like Brenner and Victoria said, because okay, someone can be having a bad day, but you can judge me or you can do bad things with me just because of that. It's important to respect the other people, the other person, but also respect yourself. I think I've learned this from today.
Very nice. So thank you all for being here. That was amazing, an amazing conversation. I just send the survey link on the chat. So if you guys can just leave a comment there, you can say how was the conversation for you. If you have some suggestions, a few suggestions about themes that you guys want to talk about in another immersion, and that would be awesome to have this feedback from you. Okay. Thank you very much. If you guys want to be with me again, I have 2 immersions on Tuesdays. It's 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. So you guys are always very welcome there. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you
Bye
very
bye.
much. Bye
Thank
bye.
you so much.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.